but
yeah, I would have been close to touchdown for sure. Sheesh.
Booney, what quarter y'all in? Y'all just started, right?
We're in the second quarter, like 2 minutes left.
No doubt.
No doubt.
There you go. There go the motherfucking co-host of the show. What's up, kid? Madden CFM 22 Live, Monday vibe. That's funny, I put the same shit for the title, not vibe though. I put Monday something. Just can't remember what I said. Monday Playmakers. And here we go. Let's get that thing shared. Let's get that thing shared. Let's get that thing shared.
It's tolerable. It's not bad. You're done already?
Tune in, dog.
You got to start taking some school shoes.
Hey, you old fucking that nigga's a whole nigga trying to play with a field goal.
Yeah, take one. You only need four.
No, I took two.
Oh, I thought it was
Craig, we escaped them Bears, bro. He tough with that team.
Yeah, yes.
I beat him 34-28, but it was a turnover fest for me on fumbles. Nothing else but fumbles, motherfucker. He hit stick, scoop, and scored on a punt. Then he then he caught my running back twice. He made Tyson fumble twice, which kept him in the game. Like we did really good on defense though, but them turnovers, gave momentum, and he scored. He had short fields to run, and then he put a mean drive together, caught a 4th and 15 on me, toe tap swag. I challenged it. They still gave it to him. When I went back and watched it, it was really a good catch. And then he caught me, like I was showing him certain shit, and then he caught me with the running back, sent him out the backfield on a streak route, caught that, got the 4th and 2, but he got like 18 off of it. And then I called all coverage, but I was in cover 2, so he was just sitting back there patting the ball, spying him so he couldn't run. And then he saw his receiver in the back of the end zone butt nigga, because I was in cover 2, and the niggas only dropped, and I had zone drops on for the first time. And them niggas only dropped that back to 20 yards. So the nigga was like 30, 40 behind me and shit. He fired that bitch. Boop, touchdown, tied it up 28-28. And I went down to kick the field goal. And then I baited him. The same look he got to get the first down, he did the same thing again. And I showed the same look, but then I backed up on his ass and jumped in that area and picked it off. User pick. Boop, give me that. And then kick the field goal to win it.
That was close.
I thought I was going to lose. I ain't gonna hold you because
the way he played with them, bro, it's tough though, dog. It's definitely
we took Allen Robinson out the game though. I think he had one catch and shit.
Did the Raven won, dog? What you talking about, man?
Yeah, it was a dog fight though. I ain't gonna hold you.
Raven won.
That was a
man.
That was a good game, bro. It was just a momentum game. Like I think if we don't fumble 3 times and he scooped one for a touchdown, I think I would have got him, because he really couldn't move the ball on offense. I think I would have probably beat him by a couple touchdowns because of them turnovers saved.
Shit! Get it up,
and he made plays when he had to, man. He made plays when he had to. What's going on? Monday Night 5. You over here listening to Boone. He gonna be interrupting the whole real talk in the background. He is playing the Lions. I don't know how they got time to play this game. Just popped up and playing that shit. It was almost an equal sim to the Lions, who motherfucking tanking right now because they didn't get their game scheduled in by 7:30. And then he just hopped on some fuck it. You had it in the chat? You put it in the chat by 8?
Hell yeah.
Oh, all right.
Hell yeah.
I don't never scroll back up. That's on me. That's why I just hit niggas.
You busy, dog. You busy man, you know.
You got like a 9:30 game anyway.
Who had a 9:30 game?
I think is it the Chiefs? Somebody had a late game.
Probably was the Chiefs. I thought he played.
I think it's Burger.
Nah, Burgers just put his game in.
Hero?
No way. But since Boone
Drunk
playing,
Burger, yeah, that joint said 9 Central.
How long ago?
Yeah.
8 Central. That shit was like at 4:30, 5 o'clock.
That shit was early, yeah.
So my boy Hillburgers got his. All right, hey, we gotta honor that shit. So they about to play then. Where the fuck's the Vikings at, man? Where the fuck is?
There it is, cause what's the name reposted it.
Okay, cool. Like I said, like it's on me. I don't go back. I don't scroll back up at all.
God.
So I'm not,
Yeah, 5:30. You put it in 5:47.
He said I get off work at 8. Central Time, so he about to get, we stamped, oh, he said we time stamped the game in the chat. All right, my bad. All right, so players fuck up too. And here's the franchise guru, we here, man. There's some exciting football going on in Game of Thrones, I will say that, yo. Every week is somebody either upsetting somebody, beating somebody, or guys are doing what they doing right now. Everybody's in the bubble right now, rocking and playing good games, man. And we all lost a game or two, except for the Cardinals. They are still undefeated. Let's get to our standings right away and see who's doing what, when, where, and how. In the NFL, the #1 ranked team in the league right now are the Cardinals at 11-0. Patriots hold the #2 spot at 9-2. The Bears 7-3. At the #3 spot, they will drop. They just lost. We didn't advance yet, so that's why that stays the same. The Bucks are at 7-2. They on a big winning streak after the Washington football game that we will talk about. They went and took care of them Giants earlier in the day. So that you'll see their team will be 8-2 before it's all said and done. Ravens are sitting at 8-2. At advance will be 9-2. Actually 8-2, they had their bye already. And the Broncos are back at it, #6 on the list at 7-3 right now. The Dolphins, the mighty Dolphins, winning some big games down the stretch. They've been playing big. Caught the Raiders Thursday night football and beat the Raiders in Miami, man. MIA at the Port of Miami. The Browns are sliding their way back up on a 2-game winning streak. They are locked in with the Lions right now in a trap game. You know, I already know how trap games go. And they are locked in right now with a big-time game at advance against the Baltimore Ravens. The first divisional game that we're going to call lights out. Gotta tune in. You know what I'm talking about? Browns are 7-3 at #8 right now. And the Packers are still at 7-3. They definitely beat the Seahawks. Thank God for the Seahawks being a guy that's saying I want the draft pick over the win, and he saved Harold Burgers for taking a forced loss, man. That's how you know our league got respect for each other, man. Guys aren't assholes. You know what I'm talking about? I would have took that force on his ass. And the football team can possibly be the hottest team in the league right now. Outside of the 11-0 Cardinals, the football team are 7-3 on a 3-game winning streak. These guys are balling right now. Now, honorable mention, the Giants are 6-4, so the Steelers are 6-3. And Sam Mack's been playing really good football. He's the other hot team that I will talk about, especially the AFC side of things. But he's about to be forced into a 50-50 against a guy that's pretty much tanking and for not reaching out. Simple as that. For not doing what you're supposed to do when it's time to do what you're supposed to do. Simple as that. I don't know. It's 9/11 at night right now. So that's signs for alert. That's my plugs. I'm done doing plugs. I think I'm done doing plugs. I'm not sure. Any more plugs? Oh, big time plugs. All right. So I'm still monitoring practice squad. We still got guys on practice squad that has to be bidded on and not just picked up. So if I go through the transaction list and see some guys picked up that wasn't supposed to be picked up, I will suspend 3 players on your team. Ask the Steelers. We're not playing with this. Those guys are made, and they're made to be bidded on, not to be just picked up and put them on your team because you want them, you see them there. If you go in transaction, and I don't care if it's on your practice squad, they are not legal. Even if they're on your practice squad, they don't belong to you. I will be doing how many rounds we did so far? We did 4 rounds, right? All right, we are going to stop it there, but I'm going to leave it locked, and it's going to be unlocked at a certain time for everybody to be able to go in there and do some things. All right, with that being said, what else I'm playing? Oh, also, I'll show it while I'm broadcasting. We are going to have a rule change when it comes down to running backs. All right, what I did was we found out, you know, the running game is a little OP. A lot of backs fall for it, whether they big backs or little backs. For the most part, guys fall for it a whole lot, which is really hard to stop right now. That's something that we think Madden's going to patch eventually. Matter of fact, I got word that they are going to patch this. But until that happens, right now we're going to change up what you can have on your running back. So if you are a person in the league with an X Factor running back, if that running back's archetype isn't power back first, he cannot have freight train. Simple as that. Now he's allowed to have tank as his first slot, first tier slot, and he can have whatever for his second tier slot, but he will not be able to have freight train. All right, so let me show you what I mean by that. Let's go to rosters real fast and go find some big power backs. We'll go to Nick Chubb since Nick Chubb is playing right now. We'll go to see if he's a big back. That's a power back. And Nick Chubb's not a big back at all. He's a big back. Oh, he's a big back, man. So Boone right away put the freight train on Nick Chubb. So when you go down to the bottom right now, when you click on him, and I'm looking at his player archetype, his power back is a 99, his elusive back is a 90, his receiver back is a 73. So he's allowed to have freight train on him because his power back is the #1 slot, right? So he could put freight train on his guy, all right? And as you keep going down the list, I'll give you an example. Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook has freight train on him. Not allowed to have that, all right? Elusive is his situation. His player archetype is first is elusive, 97, power back's 84, receiving back's 84. So when you're building these guys, if you want to be able to put a little back that's elusive on freight train, you better know how to do your upgrades right. You want to probably upgrade power back more than you want to do elusive back. All right, so in this situation, Dalvin Cook will have to come off of it. I'll allow him to do it. I'm not going to touch his team himself. I'll allow him to do it. But you see, the common theme from last year was freight train, tank, and then either human joystick, jukebox, or elusive. Or evasive. So they can have that. They can still have tank and all that other shit, but they just can't have freight train. Simple as that. All right. So that's a new rule that's in play right now. So we will be going through the league. We will give guys. Actually, guys can't do it themselves. So I will have to do it myself, actually. So what we'll do right now with Dalvin Cook is we'll take him off of that. So he wouldn't be able to have wrecking ball either. So we'll take him off of that and we'll give him first one free. That's his original John. So we'll keep that. So I will be going through the league along with somebody else that's helping me. We'll go through the league and look at these running backs and make sure these elusive guys aren't running around here with freight train on them when they don't have power back archetype first. Simple as that. So now when you building guys, you can get it equal. If let's say for example Dalvin Cook had a 97 elusive, if he had a 97 power back 2, then he could do it because it's equal to the first one. So because if depending on what scheme you running, that the power back would be first. So for example, again, if it's a 97 elusive, 97 power back, if you change your scheme to a power back offense, then the power back will go first. So his archetype would be power back first. So just going forward, just take that in mind when you're building your guys. You got these fast ass elusive guys and you want them to fall forward and break tackles when they get on fire, then you better build their archetypes right. All right, I'm done with the plugs now. We talked about the top 10 teams in the league right now. I'm gonna go back to the standings real fast, and within the standings I want to go through each division right now. I started this yesterday, but I was kind of like didn't feel like doing a show. It was a little weird vibes, so Sunday vibes wasn't right. But tonight's Monday Night Football and some big time games being played, and we got to talk about some of them games that was played a week before. You know what I mean? We had a big time rival game between 2 of the crew members, Nano and Boone, had some things to say after that game. Anyway, AFC North.
Yeah.
The Ravens are sitting at 8-2. The Browns are 7-3. However, the Steelers are sitting at 6-3. Now, these 3 teams are in the mix right now because the Ravens play the Browns. The Browns come to Baltimore, and then the Ravens travel to Pittsburgh, and then right after that, they travel right back to dirty ass Ohio and go see the Cleveland paper bags. So that scheduling down the stretch, I think the North is going to be crazy because it's some big time games between these guys, man. There's only a 1-game lead for the top guy right now. In the AFC South, you got Money Mike at 5-6, Titans at 4-7, and the Jaguars are at 3-6 right now. Looks like Mike's holding the division down so far right now. Looks like the Colts are, in the forefront of winning this division right now. But again, a lot of losses over here between these guys, but they still fighting for a playoff spot. Boom. What do you got to say about the AFC South? I don't care about your game right now. I need you. What do you say about a 5-6 team, 4-7 team, 3-6 team fighting for their division right now?
What AFC? What AFC South?
AFC South. We got the Colts 5-6, Titans 4-7, and Jaguars 3-6.
You can't say AFC easy. Shit, that's the East. Shit, that's the AFC sorry. Shit. God
There you
damn.
go, this fucking guy, man.
God.
All right, so if you had to see one of these guys in a playoff game, would you be wary?
Oh fuck no, that's the first round bye.
I was waiting to hear him say. So take that personal. If you from the AFC South and would you win your division to get in the playoffs, take that personal. If you meet the Browns, he called you a bye. All right, the AFC East is rocking too. There's another one of them really good divisions right now. The Patriots sitting at 9-2. Right behind them is the sneaky Dolphins, man. These Dolphins is playing at a high level. Jalen Waddle has broke the touchdown record already this year. He is lights out. You know, he's making us, honestly, if you think about it, he's kind of taking that deadly weapon spot from the #1 receiver in the league with all that speed and Tyreek Hill. Jalen Waddle is keeping up to that right now. I mean, he's balling right now. So I don't know if we could just look at Reek as, you know, that weapon where it's just like, fuck, I got to play Reek, because on the other side, the Dolphins got a guy that's doing exactly what Reek is doing. The Bills are 7-3. These guys are on a 5-game winning streak. This is a hot team right now. In the AFC, period, even all throughout the league. But right now they rocking. It's 9-2, 8-3, 7-3. And if you look at them, they all played each other, I think, once, except for maybe the Patriots and the Bills. I'm not sure. I do know the Patriots beat the Dolphins and the Dolphins beat the Bills. Then the Bills came back and beat the Dolphins. So they played twice already. Now they're waiting to see the Bills and the Patriots and the Dolphins and the Patriots in a rematch over there in the AFC East. Now in the AFC West, we have a 7-3 Broncos team and a 7-4 Chiefs team. With the Raiders at 3-7 and the Chargers sitting at 2-7. So the fight is between the Broncos and the Chiefs right now, man. Can't wait to see that matchup. Really can't wait to see that matchup. Let's slide to the NFC side of things, man. The North, winter is coming. You know what I'm saying? The AFC South. The South is where King's Landing be at. You know what I'm talking about? In the North, it's where, you know, the Starks run that. You know what I'm saying? And I fucked up because I like the North. But anyway, Bears 7-3 coming off a loss right now. Packers are sitting at 7-3 as well. Vikings are at 5-4. They're still in the mix. Packers and Vikings play each other. That's a big game tonight, man. The winner of that gonna slide up on his totem pole. Now, if the Packers can win tonight, they will be the #1 team in the NFC North right now. So this division is rocking between 3 right now, with the Lions engaged right now with the Browns. And the Lions are just, you know, they playing right now. They trying to figure out what they got over there. New coach. He was known. He went on record saying he's waiting to get his players in the building. And until he get his players in the building, they just gonna play football and put their heads down to see what happens.
Love it, baby.
NFC South right now. The Bucks are at 7-2. Panthers are 3-8, and the Falcons are sitting at 2-8. What one of them badass cats just did something? Saints are at 1-9.
What's wrong with these niggas, dog?
I told you I should have named him Little Badass. What's his name?
My boy said, "Oh damn."
Oh wow, that motherfucker, he just fucking straight outside. He need to get kicked outside. All right, so the Bucks still holding his division down. All right, you got a 3-8 team with the Panthers and a 2-8 team with the Falcons right now, with the Saints trying to figure it out till next season. Over there, all right, in the NFC East, man, one of the better divisions right now, 7-3. 3-game winning streak for the very hot football team. The Giants are 6-4 at advance, and then you got the Cowboys with 5 losses and the Eagles with 6. And with that all being said, these guys are all still in the mix to win this division. All of them. The Eagles went on a winning streak, and then they lost a really tough game to the Broncos. Came squealing back, beat the Saints. And the Cowboys, bro. The Cowboys at 500 right now. And to be honest with you, those games the Cowboys are losing outside of the Bucks game, these guys are really a possession away from having none of them losses right now. They've been balling. Respect what they got going on over there. It's one of our better divisions right now. And NFC West, man. The 49ers is on vacay on his way home right now. You see my boy in the chat already commenting. He can't wait to get back at it. Cardinals sitting at 11-0, only undefeated team in the league right now. My question is, are they for real? Or is this a scheduling thing? You let Falky tell it, they are for real. They are not playing right now. The Rams sitting at 6-4 on a 2-game winning streak right now, and none of us expected that. Now, we can't be looking at the 49ers and say 4-5 right now. He hasn't played a game for like 5 advances, so we really, I don't know if his season is washed because he is 4-5. He's back now. He can have a nice little run and still try to get in the playoffs, or his season over and getting ready for the off season. All right, so that's our divisions, man. You already know how that go over there. Let's go. I don't want to talk about stats because we have to advance first before I do that. But what I will do is go back to the schedule and let's go back to last week real fast. Give me a second to get to it. I'm doing things wrong. Here we go. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do?
Yeah, he damn so tried it. He's right. Bitch, you better be a cover too.
Oh, say, can you see? What the fuck is that about? Go ahead.
What the fuck they don't call?
Let's get to
well,
it.
He damn sure did hit my quarterback. He damn sure did. Ruffin.
What's that score over there?
27-19.
27-19.
Cleveland up.
Yeah.
Get off me, boy. What? Nah, ain't no computer loving, nigga. What's up, man?
What you want this?
Oh, yeah. Well, nah. If y'all want you, I'll go to watch it. I'll catch you.
Take these off.
Hey!
No, I'm saying.
Come on. Get off him!
There's a video for it. I'm
Oh shit.
Hey,
Talk
man.
my work, man. We gotta go into the Dolphins and the Ravens week 10, Thursday night football. That was the first game played. Dolphins pulled out a nice little victory, man. I know he's very excited about that, man. 7-7 first quarter, 10-3 Dolphins, 7-0. They shut the fucking Baltimore Ravens out in the third quarter. Miami got the ball back halftime and gave the Baltimore Ravens the ball back with under 4 minutes.
That's on me.
And then Baltimore scored 14 on answer, and then the Miami Dolphins had the last drive for a field goal and put a hell of a drive together. A bunch of runs and a nice corner route to the tight end, Gesicki, to put him in field goal range. 24-27 was the score of that game. As we slide over, you look at the playmakers of this game, man. Lamar had a lousy day, even though he had 105.4 QB rate and he was tired, so we had to play Huntley well too. But they both threw total of 4 picks, with Bridgewater throwing 3 and 1 touchdown. In the run game, it was a shutdown game. Look at the yardage average per carry: 3.6 for Ahmad, 3.7, but he rushed twice for 2 touchdowns. Malcolm Brown, and then Tyson Williams had a 2.5. Bridgewater had 5.5 yards. Lamar had a 1 for 5 yards. Puka 2.5. So these running backs are getting shut in this game. Go to the receiving side of things. Howdy will have 4 catches, 161, and 2 touchdowns. Gesicki was the big player, 2 in this game, 4 for 135. Waddle had 2 catches, 59 yards, 29.5 average. But 54 of those 59 yards came from a 1-play tutty. After that, nothing's doing. The running back out the backfield touched the ball. Everybody over here for the Dolphins had catches and did something. So he spread the ball around when he couldn't get it to his main guy. Simple as that. Now, on the defensive side of things, just real fast, we're going to go right to the interceptions because that was the main stat. And we saw Trill Williams had 2 picks. He played big. Tackle for loss as well. Sean Wade had a pick. Marlon Humphreys had a pick. Adolphe had a pick. And then Howard had a pick in Highland. Most of the guys that usually get interceptions for both these teams did exactly that. Who the fuck is texting me, man? He gave me the force win he put on page. Alright, so Hillburgers get the force. Alright, so let's go down to the Bills and the Jets. 30-22. 8-point game over here. Them Bills, the Jets is playing with guys right now, man. No homo. He's definitely giving guys a hard time. They got to pit him away. Zach Wilson had 3 touchdowns and 2 picks. Josh Allen didn't throw a touchdown at all. So it looked like Breida had a day. This guy converted from a passer to a runner real fast. Matt Breida, 22 carries, 138 yards, 6.3 and 3 touchdowns. Ball game. And we keep on sliding and talking and seeing what's going on. The Bucks and the football team, we got to get into this game now. Box score, Washington went up 7-0. Tampa Bay answered in the second quarter, 7. Tampa Bay kicked a field goal. Washington scored 14, total of 28 points in the second half. What happened in the second half for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Was it a momentum thing? turnover thing, what happened. So we're gonna go take a look at what players did that on their own right now. Heineke, 143.9, 179 yards and touchdown. The football team defense is really good, and if they don't turn the ball over through their quarterbacks throwing picks, then they are always in a good situation, in my opinion. Tom Brady had a struggling day-to-day. Now, what was it? Was it the conversation of getting Mike Williams involved? Had him throwing picks, because I've seen a couple of them get thrown to Mike and some forced shit on the red zone from like the 5-yard line, and they got picked off. But Brady, this is uncharacteristic of Brady. 1 touchdown, 4 INTs. We usually don't see him doing stuff like that with a 73.6 QB rating. You get over to the run game, and Ronald Jones touched the ball 27 times. But right behind him, Antonio Gibson had 22 of them things. Ronald gets 100 yards damn near every game, 132 rushing yards. The only difference of this day was he didn't see the end zone. And Gibson saw it 3 times. Bernard did get in the end zone though, running the ball. And the passing game, Gronk did what Gronk do, 5 catches, 98 yards in the teeth. Samuels, man, I think we might be sleeping on Curtis Samuels. I think we need to look at him as one of those top receivers in the league right now. 3 for 87 and a touchdown. And that's how that game went. Turnovers are the key. I should have showed that, but we're going to slide on. Cowboys 52-18 ass whooping over the Falcons. Cowboys trying to turn it around. They were under 500, now they're 500. Saints, Titans didn't play this game. Jaguars, Colts. Indy goes up and wins this game 27-20. They was rocking though, so let's see what happened in this game and why did the Colts come out on top in this division game. Sam Ehlinger, the rookie, 118 QB rating, 181 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Trevor Lawrence, 2 interceptions. In the run game, 30 carries. Oh my God, I haven't seen 30 in a while, but 30 carries, 155 yards, 5.2 for Jonathan Taylor and a touchdown. Travis Etienne went off, 153, 8 yards a carry, 2 touchdowns on 19 attempts. Obviously, oh my God, Jonathan Taylor saying, I can do it, just give me the ball, let me get you a win. Simple as that. 27-20. Colts beat the Jaguars to give them a 1-2 game lead over the division right there, man. Let's go slide down. Lions and the Steelers 38-14, and Lions is you know, it's the Lions right now, man. We can't take anything into consideration with the Lions right now. They just put their heads down playing. But you can look at the Steelers and say, does this guy got it figured out over here? You get to the player stats and we look at who started quarterback. Haskins, QB rating 158.3. Isn't that a perfect QB rating? 145 yards passing, 1 touchdown. What was his completion? 8 for 8 on the season, 100%. He threw the ball when he had to. That means his running back had a shitload of carries. Najee Harris, 19 carries, 216 yards. This man averaged 11.4 yards a carry, 4 rushing touchdowns. He did fumble. And DeAndre Swift had 12 carries, running 20 and 2 touchdowns. That's the ball game over there. Pittsburgh over the Lions. And we keep going down in the big game, Browns versus the Patriots. Now, before I talk about this game, I gotta stop and let's talk about it. Now, I wish I had technology that could let me rewind the conversation that was had on the Real Talk. We out for blood. We gonna whoop his ass. It was all types of, you know, real big talking. It was all type of big time talking from the Patriots coach when it came down to meeting up with these Browns. He had his number in 21, so he says he did not feel like he can lose this game, and he was going to whoop Boone's ass in the worst way. Boone hopped on this bitch, told him to load the fuck up. They loaded the fuck up, and what you got is a 31-13 ass whooping for the Browns over the Patriots right now. Now, coming into that, the Browns were on a 3-game losing streak, and they were blowing leads in the second half. Not this game. They were not hearing it this game. Let's see what happened over here. Baker Mayfield, 139.5. Mac Jones, 29.3 QB rating. Oh, my God. All right, so Baker Mayfield threw for 300 yards, threw 3 touchdowns and 1 pick. Mac Jones, 117 yards, 2 INTs. So he said he threw the ball 24 times, connected 12. Well, the Browns threw the ball 25 times and connected 20. See what type of shit they was on. Then you got to get over here and look at the guy that never not have 100 yards, and that's J.K. Dobbins. And I think this was the surprise of the game, that the Browns was able to hold J.K. Dobbins under 100 yards rushing. 19 carries for 91 yards, 4.8, no touchdowns. Nick Chubb, 17 carries, 68 yards, 4 touchdowns. 4 yards a carry. and 1 touchdown on the day. Anytime James White is scoring a touchdown on J.K. Dobbins, it's not. That tells you what type of game the Browns was playing. They were not going to let themselves lose to J.K. Dobbins. Anthony Schwartz went bonkers, 16.8 yards a catch. He did have 2 touchdowns, 9 catches, 151. Miles Boykins comes over there, has 4 catches for 71 yards, and Odell Beckham showed up, 2 catches, 65 yards, and a touchdown. Man, what happened on defense? They had the young rookie quarterback throwing the ball. How many times did he get picked off? All right, so J.O.K., the African, Notre Dame had a pick. So did Rashad Wildgoose for the Patriots, and then John Johnson III had an INT as well. Did that defensive line pressure? Let's see, Winovich and Tommy Toyaga had a sack, and then a half a sack from Clowney's and Tony Fields. They got some young, good linebackers over here that's going to be a problem as they develop, man, over here with J.O.K. and Tony Fields. The second, they're going to be problems right now. So, the Browns. And then he let him have it. Nano did not like the fact that he lost his game. He hopped off headset. We didn't think we would see him on headset with us at all on Sundays. But he did come back on. He got on and got over his loss right now. I would ask Booney if he wasn't locked into a game right now, why and what was the specialty and what made this game important for you to go out there and show how strong Cleveland really is.
I ain't gonna say the game was important, dog. It was just, he was talking too much shit.
So he's talking shit.
What? He was talking too much shit, dog.
You feel like you shut him up though?
Oh yeah, man. He better shut the hell up, man. Hey, you know what I mean? Hey, you gotta play the game, dog. You gotta play the game, man. You can't poke a bear, dog. So
Nano poked the bear, and the bear showed his claws. Something was that. Panthers, Cardinals.
Mauled his ass.
All right, so the Cardinals won this game 49-21. Throughout the entire news segment, all you hear was Kyler Murray this, Kyler Murray that. He was on fire. 121.1. He threw 5 touchdowns and 2 picks. Sam Darnold threw 1 touchdown and 5 picks. That's the game pretty much sitting right there. You're not getting no carries out of none of these running backs over here for the Cardinals. He's in all throw mode. So you go to the receiver sites and then look at what happens. Andy Isabella with 11 catches for 158 yards, 4 touchdowns. Rondell Moore had 5 catches, 96 yards and a touchdown. D-Hop touched the ball twice for 48 yards. Shit, Max Williams, the tight end, had 2 catches as well. And Christian Kirk had a catch, so he spread the wealth around. But the guy of the day was Andy Isabella. They didn't have an answer for Andy Isabella right now at all in that game. Cardinals pull that game out and do what they always do and keep themselves undefeated. Then you look at the Eagles and the Broncos game. Don't let this score make you feel anything outside of what I'm about to say. This was a good ass football game, and then a pick 6 happened. It kind of turned the momentum around. 2 things I saw in this game. I watched this game. So let's go here to the player stats first. So there were 2 things that I saw right now. All right, I see Deshaun Watson, 196 yards and 3 INTs. How do I say this? I don't really see this as a negative because 2 of the, maybe the pick 6 was a predetermined throw. But it was some things that happened in this game where it's like Deshaun Watson put the ball where or made the right read, man, and just the player, whether they young receivers or what, would not, react to the football. Like they put their hand up almost as the animation happened, like they was not going to catch that ball no matter what. And it was a pick that I saw. But I thought Deshaun showed some things. But what I really wanted to talk about with this team was Javonte Williams, 14 carries, 166 yards. He went dummies. He had 12 yards to carry. This is the first breakout game for Javonte Williams, the rookie over there, who we definitely think is a good running back. But this is the first time we really get to see the showcase of him scoring 3 rushing touchdowns. And on the other side of it, it is a 3-headed monster for the Philadelphia Eagles when it comes down to the run game. The one thing Deshaun Watson has right now, and that was a hell of a trade. Deshaun Watson is now a Philadelphia Eagle, but the one thing he has is a strong running game. Now, I don't care about a 3.3 and a 3.6 out of the running backs. What I do care is these guys are complementary to each other. I wanted to see how Miles Sanders and Kenny Gainwell will show why they're both worth playing for this team, and they do. Kenny Gainwell is very, very important to this football team. I think he's probably the better receiver out of the backfield out of all of them. You got Regis, who is a monster in the red zone, and then Miles Sanders, just Miles Sanders. He can be a top running back in the league. I think they're using them very well. So I took a lot of positive out of this game, and then this right here I was more impressed with. Devontae Smith, man. He kind of been non-existent all year, and he had 7 catches in this game for 74 yards. So I'm thinking that that's going to be the turnaround. Deshaun Watson starting to realize this can be his #1 receiver, and I think if that happens, we're going to start to see some good play out of the Eagles, man. And then the last thing I would say about the Eagles is just they're struggling on their front 7 right now on defense. When they get that together, I think this team is going to be a team to reckon with. But on a positive note for the Broncos, the fact that he got Javonte Williams going is a game changer right now, man. That's that guy. If we get him going, it's going to be a problem. Because like you can see what the Steelers is doing with Najee Harris. This guy is exactly like that type of back over there. So I think if we get him going, he's going to be hard to stop over there. So that was the Eagles and the Broncos in their game. Now, and another thing, my bad, the Broncos snapped themselves from going defeated in the NFC East. They were 0-3 over there, and they got the Eagles, and they was able to snap that and not go 0-4 in the division of the NFC East. Seahawks Packers didn't play. Chiefs Raiders 45-31. It was a little shootout right now. I'm just gonna go look at the stats for you. Want to see what the hell happened. Usually when we looking at the Chiefs, we want to see what Mahomes did. 461 and 6 touchdowns. I mean, this guy throw a pick at all. 158.3. He was perfect on the season. And this is what perfect looked like. Fuck all that 7 for 7s and 8 for 8s. This man was 25 for 31 out that bitch. Flinging that motherfucker. 461 yards, 6 touchdowns, no pick. Derek Carr threw 5 of them things, man. I don't think he'll be in Las Vegas too much longer. But then you get Clyde Edwards-Helaire with 17 catches, 140 yards, 8.2 yards a carry right now. And then we got to go know, if you know they had a big game, that means Reek had over 200 yards receiving. There it goes. 7 catches, 219. Touchdown. Kelsey had 167 yards receiving as well. 2 touchdowns. Ruggs had a bomb. 2 catches, 42.5 yards a catch and a touchdown. Wilder had 3 catches for 80. Looked like he kind of got shut. And Hardman, sneaky Hardman with 9 catches, 74 yards and 3 touchdowns. If they're outside of the Cardinals, there's no other man in the league that's using their weapons at the receiver position the way the Chiefs are. All of them are involved. All of them are making plays. All of them are shitting. Simple as that. So good shit for Rich the Barber. As we gonna slide on down here to look at the last game that was on this list, and that didn't get played. Rams versus 49ers. All right, I'm not going to talk about Week 11 because every team didn't play yet, and I'm lying. There was enough games for me to talk about really. Let me get over here because the Packers get the first win. So after Boone's game, we will be advancing. Let me just set everything up, make sure everything's everything. Lions Browns, their game is over. So let me click out. That shit's over. We ready to get to it. When you get to it, all right. So the Browns pull off a 40-19 game. 49ers Jaguars get the home win there. Vikings Packers away, and then the Steelers Chargers. We don't have any information on that. And the Chiefs Giants and the Bucks played. So that's a home win for the Bucks. The game dropped with like 30 seconds left. All right. So it looks like the Steelers and the Chargers are 50-50. Anybody see anything in the chat with these guys?
Who?
Steelers and the Chargers.
Oh. No, I ain't seen that.
All right, well, 50-50 it is. Sucks to be 6-3 and on a big game winning streak, and then you just don't play the game right now, man. We will be back to talk about Week 11 and other things amongst the league later on. Holler at me, AntHits, the franchise guru. We out of here.